nice.
Yeah, that was good. We'll do that. We'll start in about 5 minutes.
Yes, that's what I want.
That's what I want.
Right.
Orange and orange.
Orange plaid.
Oh, do you want one for him? Okay. No, why not? Unity, the minister's wearing it, they're all wearing it. You want it? Can I give you a shirt? You just put it on over this? Red t-shirt? Sure.
Underneath the open shirt. Shirt's a shirt. Oh, okay. Open shirt. Have your shirt as a jacket.
But if you have your jacket, I know you have to pull it out really good. What size do you think?
Medium.
Good morning.
Sectional piece of milk. It's got a nice ring to it.
What?
Sectional piece of milk.
Oh!
I like it. Like a waffle. I like it.
Yeah! That sounds great! I gotta get him a t-shirt.
I, who am the beauty of the green earth and the white moon among the stars and the mysteries of the waters, I call upon your soul to arise and come unto me. For I am the soul of nature that gives life to the universe. From me all things proceed, and unto me they must return. Let my worship be in the heart that rejoices, for behold, all acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Let there be beauty, strength, power and compassion, honor and humility, mirth and reverence within you.
Where did you go?
And you who seek to know me, know that your seeking and yearning will avail you not unless you know the mystery. For if that which you seek you find not within yourself,
She got the memo.
you will never find it.
When did?
For behold,
I do it.
I have been with you from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire.
I'm going to start playing, so you're just going to join me.
Good morning. I'm told to use the microphone, and maybe I better hold it out here. Anyhow, good morning again. Hi, my name is Gene Langell, and it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to the morning service at the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. At this moment, if you have any electronic devices, I was going to tell you to turn it off. Who turned me off? Anyhow, please silence your electronic devices. I had something prepared for this, but anyhow, Carol said, no, do this. How many of you were at the event Friday night? Yeah. I want to tell you a little bit about what my experience was. There were a number of us. I was the only male with 11 lovely women in the choir from this church. That's nice odds, 1 to 11 is wonderful. But anyhow, on Thursday night, we had the rehearsal at the Unity Center, and it was to be from 7 to 9. Ricky blew in at 8 o'clock, and we had a jam session you cannot believe. Anyhow, she introduced us to that, saying the la, 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 la thing, and, let me see, let me be, let me live, let me laugh, let me love. And it was an incredible experience. The second high experience was on before the program. Well, Bodie was playing his flute out front. We were behind the black curtain. And Michael appeared and greeted every single one of us in the choir with a hug, something that said something. But anyhow, this was incredible, just having Michael share that with us and greeting us. And we were ready. When that curtain opened, we were ready. I think you noticed that. Anyhow, the people, you ladies in the choir, where are you? Stand up, please. I just want you to know, okay? Okay, there were 11. Okay. Anyhow, now, that was an incredibly friendly thing. And so anyhow, now it's your turn to be friendly. So greet your neighbors with a friendly hello. I think it will be obvious to everyone that we have Mies and Zechko this morning. So please, Maestro.
All right, and the words are, swing wide the door, the time is right. Swing wide the door, to let the light. Bring in the dawn of humankind. Swing wide the doors to this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time
letting our hearts beat together, knowing that the infinite presence is alive in each one of us, knowing that we don't have to do anything to make that happen. We let it happen and let the love, the light, the peace, the power, the creativity shine through. And as we express that individual miracle that we are, that we came here to this realm to express, we are showered with the abundance of God. The doors spring open and we are showered with blessings. So may it be today that the giving and the receiving, the expressing and the blessing, the breathing out and breathing in is bigger, freer, greater than ever before. I give my thanks that this is so for each person here and around the world. And so it is. Amen. Good morning. Long time no see. We have wonderful music today, straight from the stage with Michael Beckwith is, of course, our own Bodhi Sechko, and Stephen Meese, making up Sechko and Meese. They are also appearing in their own concert October 26th, Wednesday. The information is right around here, and you can see more of them. Please welcome this morning Sechko and Meese.
In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. Songs of my grandmothers and the dreams of my grandfathers, and the way to rise beyond the pain. All live, all live, all live in me. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the smiles of the unborn children and the dreams of a better day to come, and the dance to heaven with the earth. All live, all live, all live in the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. Been robbed and disgraced, abused and displaced. Been robbed and disgraced, abused and displaced. Been lied to, but lies can't be seen through in the land. Can't fall from grace in the land. You cannot be heard in the land. There's more than enough in the land. You're always at home, always at home, always at home. Join us. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Thank you, Ricky.
start the announcements. And so first of all, we bless our children. So if you would just turn to the stage and look at those children of all ages with all those colors of hair and all of those colors of clothes, each one a unique miracle. Blow them a big kiss, mwah, and have a great morning. So now we have, this is why I'm starting announcements, because I really wanted to do the gratitude for the Michael Beckwith event. And so as I acknowledge you, if you would stand, let's hold our applause, but if you are just too overwhelmed to not let out a whoop, that's okay. So everyone who sang in the choir, please stand. Woohoo! And no, not, applause takes too long. We will do this all, a big, big applause at the end. People who played music, he's already standing. People who videoed, he's already standing in the back, Ed Dudkowski. And anyone who chauffeured the Beckwiths, that's Jay. And anyone who volunteered, please stand. And anyone who marketed by putting posters out, by sending email blasts, by visiting churches and putting your stuff on Facebook, please stand. Now, anyone who bought a ticket, please stand. And now, anyone who prayed for the success, please stand. And now, while you're standing and as you begin to clap, I would like to bring the sponsors, please. Oh my gosh, the sponsors, the big yay sponsors. Any other category? I think we're missing someone. What? Sue, come on. This applause is for all of you. Okay, be seated. And Sue Ruda, it is because of your vision, your consciousness, your skills, your stamina, what is in your heart and your head, and your ability to inspire others, that this event was the greatest yet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it on? Thank you. Oh, hi, Lloyd. Thank you all. We only had about 600 on Thursday. And Lloyd called me and said we were going to be over 1,000, probably 1,200, and we were well over 1,000. I'm not sure about the final count, but thank you for that. And I want to just thank everybody. Look at our T-shirts. Stand up, President. Oh, you guys, stay. Come on, stand up. We have the T-shirts over here for sale still, but I just wanted to thank you all and let you know that we are really learning our job. This went smoother than we've ever had anything. Ed, don't you think so? I mean, it was so smooth, I didn't even need an assistant. We only had one tragedy. One. And that's because I broke my fingernail. Otherwise, it was smooth sailing. I love you all, and thank you for supporting this great event.
Michael Hart is going to host us the several other announcements, and then I'll be back.
Oh my goodness, I'm too excited just clapping for Sue. So we are now moving from event to event, and the next thing to think about is our fall classes. We still have 2 that are open. One is one of the most popular classes we've ever taught, which is Reverend Carol's Prosperity Plus class, and the other is a brand new curriculum, which may indeed become the most popular we've ever taught, Posey Lyons' relationship class, and Barbara Cox is going to be teaching that with her and talking a little bit about it to you now.
Good morning. This is the final call to sign up for this new offering that Posey and I are bringing forward. It is a class on relationship of all sorts. It's partner, parents, friends, coworkers. It's everything. It runs for 4 weeks and begins this Thursday. If you're interested, make sure that today you go back to the education table. It's hidden in the corner and sign up. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Tuesday nights. Also, we have the book sale still going, so please visit the book sale. All the proceeds go to our youth and family ministries, and you can buy a bag of books for $5. And on the other hand, you can buy a designer bag for $40 or under. So, and also the wonderful Austins, are you, yeah, there they are. Could you raise your hands? Have offered to host our Thanksgiving dinner this year at their home. So next week there will be sign-ups, both to bring things and to attend. And also, on October 27th, a Thursday, there's the Forgiveness Alliance dinner with Rabbi Lerner coming, Bob Platt's organization, and Reverend Brent is going to say a word to us about that.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning. Love, peace, and forgiveness are the tenets of every spiritual tradition, the teachings of every avatar mystic that have ever existed on this earth. In continuation of that, the Forgiveness Alliance is having their annual fundraiser on the 27th, and Rabbi Michael Lerner is going to be there. He was at Asilomar about 3 years ago, and he challenged us as a community, as an organization, on forgiveness and working with him and the worldwide organizations. It's going to be an amazing event. If you'd like more information, I will be at the heart-to-heart table after. And if you cannot go, that's okay, because they would accept donations with a lot of gratitude. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brent. So our normal tables are behind the chimney here. The sign-ups for fall classes are just opposite the coffee, and heart-to-heart's next to that. So, and now I'm handing it back to Carol for more.
Just a couple more. Next Sunday is going to be fabulous and wonderful. You may wear a costume if you like, because it is the 30th of October, the day before the ancient holiday of Halloween. Right here on your bulletin is what I'm going to be doing next week. Is a traditional, that's ancient tradition, honoring of the ancestors. And so if you would like to bring a picture or a token, a small token of your ancestors for the altar, we will be doing a ritual that is older than anybody can remember here. I will be telling you that. And after the service, this wonderful offering by Sarah Hargrave is happening, Move Your Vision into Action, Idea Marketplace. That is one of the things that we put in place for a follow-up for the Michael Beckwith event. So if you heard something there that you like, that sparks an interest, that you want to have a conversation with like-minded people, that you want to ask a question, or you have information that you would like to deliver. The Idea Marketplace is for putting people together with common interests, and that's how we got all of our new groups that have been operating now for a few months. And Reverend Sarah, who is an expert at this, it's a miracle what happens in a room, I am telling you. And she's doing it next week, right after the service. And now I would like to welcome people whose faces are unfamiliar to me. Maybe you're here because you found out about us at the Michael Beckwith event, or for whatever reason you are here. We welcome you. We see your magnificence. We see your unique miracle nature. And I would personally like to look in your eyes and give you that message right after the service. So, I have a lot to do. When I created this talk, I'm moving into the talk very quickly now, because I'm doing a review, basically, of this book, and it could be a 10-week class. And so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. This chapter that we're dealing with right now in The Art of Possibility is about letting go. It's about being the board, being the game on which your life is played, taking responsibility for everything, letting go of victimhood. And one of the things that I remembered from the Michael Beckwith event is that he says that nothing needs to be added. We are perfect, whole, and complete. And as I do, I took another set of notes in this book that I have gotten from a couple of years ago. And he says, I, meaning all of your first person reference to yourself, I am here to be reminded where I'm coming from. I am a unique emanation of the Most High. I am here to express the cosmos as it has never been expressed. And in order to do that, we need to add nothing to ourselves. What needs to be released is, he coined this word, I love it, mentations. Now, mentations are rumblings of your mind that are not clear thinking. Mentations are what you have inherited from the past that tells you you are a limited being. And that is what we need to get rid of. So, the title for my talk comes from chapter 10 in this book that we're ordering more of. And remember, this was about letting go of victimhood. And so it says, we are talking about access to possibility, not victory or remuneration, like to have vengeance or anything like that if something goes wrong. It's letting it go so you're in the field of possibility. Gracing yourself with responsibility for everything that happens in your life leaves your spirit whole and leaves you free to choose again. So what I'm going to go through pretty much all of the things in this book today that you can release. And they're going to be in very tiny, tiny print up here, which is great because you don't need to read them. If something is important for you, it will pop out for you. And then we have this wonderful personal ritual that you can do right in the privacy of your own seat, because releasing these things from your life can be easy. And so what I want you to do is just have a hand or both hands kind of in your lap, palm up. And if there is something that I mention that you think is going on in your life, just consciously move your hand off your leg and spread your fingers so that this thing, this mentation, can drop. Can just drop right out like sand through your open fingers. Okay, you ready to go? You ready to get a 10-week course in the next 10 minutes? Okay, here we go. First of all, you see, isn't that teeny tiny? The old small story. This is what we started out with from chapter 1. Chapter 1 was, it's all invented. And we invent our life by the stories we tell. And if you have been telling an old small story, like you're poor, you're unloved, you're unlucky, things like that, stop. Let it move right through your fingers. And remember this wonderful saying that we got right at the outset of this book in January, which is, much, much more is possible. Excellent. If you just wake up saying that every morning, that'll be great. So, next one is scarcity thinking. And that came in stepping into the universe of possibility. Now, it's Michael's notes I want to read for this. Scarcity thinking. Oh, I'm juggling many things today. So, in scarcity thinking, what we call forth is, what we make welcome is scarcity. And what Michael said on Friday night, which is so amazing, about what we used to think was a cause-effect relationship, and in some of our lives we still use that to great advantage, or not. The other piece is when we look at our life as part of a quantum universe, everything is available to us in every single moment, and what emerges is what we make welcome. He said, in quantum reality, everything is already present, waiting for the environment to emerge, and we make the emergence welcome. So if you want to enhance your life, stop talking about scarcity. Just let that move through your fingers. It is an abundant universe. When you pay your bills or at the end of the month when it looks like that number isn't what you like in your checkbook, say it's an abundant universe. Try that out. It's an abundant universe. Heck yeah. Okay. Next is judging yourself and others. This was in the chapter of giving an A. Now, we're all capable of an A. And so if you just give it at the outset to yourself and to others, then that is the emerging environment in which people can perform at an A level. So you expect you expect people to give you your best. And I mean, I am telling you, I love it when I notice other people being really kind and good and supportive to each other. It is so sweet. And I am knowing that that is their A being expressed. Okay? Let judgment fall through your fingers. I know some of you tell me that you wish you weren't so judgmental. This is your opportunity to let it go. Okay, next is trying to change others. Oh, is this your favorite? Oh. What, are you laughing at me? No, I'm not trying to change you. I'm trying to create this emergence. Okay, well, so the best thing that Michael said about this is that we're not about getting, we're about letting. We're not about getting ourselves or other people to do what we want. We are letting the gracious glory of life emerge. So, control. Pry your hand open. Both hands. Oh, your little faces are so cute. Okay. And then the next one is thinking you don't matter. So this is the practice of being a contribution, the chapter on being a contribution. This practice of this chapter is inventing oneself as a contribution and others as well. The steps to the practice are these. Declare yourself to be a contribution. Okay, let's do that. I am a contribution. Oh, I love it. You're all right with me. This is great. And then the next thing is to throw yourself into life as someone who makes a difference, accepting that you may not understand how or why. That is just like, dance like no one is watching. Or if you dance well, great. We'll all watch. So let the small self just run through your fingers. And then this next one is very interesting that it's right next door, and that's self-importance. Because on the one hand, you don't want to think of yourself as, nothing and not important, but self-importance is actually the flip side of the same limited thinking. It's like, I have to show myself and who I am, and people have to recognize that, and that hides, it does. It hides a little person inside who's afraid that they're not going to be recognized. Important, yes, Sue. So, let all worry about whether you are enough, whether you're too much, whether you're too loud, too big, or too unrecognized. Pour through your fingers, because you know what? It's not about you. It is about the glory of God within you. That is what it's all about. Okay, and moving on. Resistance. All right. If you haven't noticed, we all have surprises in our life that we don't like at the outset. We all have things happen that we go, wow, how did that show up? I don't like it. And we are resistant. And so if we have that feeling of resisting, we are in victimhood, and it's not letting us accept and move on. So in chapter about the way things are, this is it. Being present to the way things are is not the same as accepting things as they are in the resigned way of the cow. I won't take the time to tell you about the cow. It simply means being present without resistance, being present to what is happening, and present to your reactions, no matter how intense. So just letting go of resistance. So let resistance pour through your fingers. And the next one we need to let go of is downward spiral talk. This is awfulizing. This is saying how bad the economy is. Oh, yeah, let me tell you the story about the economy. Oh, yeah, let me tell you about what I heard. And, you know, you can feel that. You just get, it's awful. So let negative assessment pour through your fingers. And then holding back, stop it. You know, Michael said, you have a memory of what you agreed to do in this life. You are unique, you are special, and you are here to do it or you'll be miserable. And probably what you have to do means that you step out of your comfort zone. Bodhi and I have been trading stepping out of comfort zones on a regular basis. Guess what? Oh, guess what? You know that, you know the chorus that I made it into? I tried out for a solo. And I got it! So I am not holding back. So let's just release holding back. Then the next to the last is keeping yourself separate. You chose to come into this world with all these other people. And so for you to think that it's appropriate or right or satisfying for you to hold yourself back because of shyness or self-judgment or any of these other things that we've already let pour through our fingers, there are more than 100 loving beings in this room. And you can connect with any one of them. And it's fabulous. And it's part of the reason you're here. Please do not hold yourself away from those who would love you. And then lastly, we are back up to chapter 10, letting go of blame, shame, guilt, and victimhood, anything that stands in the way of saying, I love my life. So as you let anything else pour through your fingers, take a big breath in, feel how enlivened you feel, and say, I love my life. Yeah. And if anything, you know, I ran through these very quickly, and if anything is like, oh gosh, I don't quite have a handle on how to release this, we have practitioners that can help you, that can just wrangle that and send it into its native state of nothingness. And if all of this seems like huge, huge, huge work, let me tell you, you can forget all of this. Well, you can't really. You can forget everything you've released, but what you have to fill yourself up with is something greater, because it's like a little Jell-O mold in there, and if you don't fill it up with something greater, that limitation will find its comfortable place again. So you fill it up with something greater. And what Michael was talking about last night is the sacred yes, saying yes to your life's purpose. And actually, when I was thinking about concluding this talk with the cure and healing for every single one of these things that you've released, which is, yes, I can, what I remembered was the Aramaic translation, or the Aramaic source of the translated Lord's Prayer that we think of now. And this is what is so fabulous. The line that I want to talk to you about is, thy kingdom come. That is what Michael was talking about last night. It is the kingdom coming in. the kingdom that you are responsible for as you live your life purpose, the kingdom that is being born. Just like he said, whenever we listen to the news, which I did a couple of times since I heard Michael, and I was thinking, this is the dying world. I'm listening to the dying world. It's so great. Oh, this is the dying world. And what is emerging is the kingdom. And so one of the translations for this wonderful, wonderful line that we say, just trippingly off the tongue, as thy kingdom come, is this: unite our I can to yours, so that we walk as kings and queens with every creature. Yes. Yes, I can. Let's say that. Yes, I can. So with those little fingers that have been releasing everything, just scoop up, yes, I can, and put it right into your heart. Yes, you can. So now, closing out our abundance program for this year, I'm going to ask the abundance goddess to come forward. Francine.
The abundance peeps are getting themselves ready. So, as promised, as requested, this year's abundance program is 3 weeks, and today is the last Sunday, officially, of this abundance program, where we get to say, yes, I can, for what we're creating next year, 2012. So, the name of this abundance program is the Do-It-Yourself program. And if you haven't been here, I'll explain it. If you have, you obviously need to hear this for the third time. And the idea behind it is that we create. We are powerful co-creators. So this is our opportunity to say, yes, I can, and co-create what we want this community to be for 2012. So in the past, we have set a goal. In the past, we have it's felt like we've kind of told you what we need, and this has been very different. We have not had a goal. We have not told you what we need, but rather, hopefully, prayerfully, inspired you to give in order to what you want to create for next year, making everything possible that we have here, taking a moment and just appreciating what we have just sitting here every week, the qualities you experience being here, the transformational parts of your life from this wonderful philosophy and from our practices, from our classes, our practitioners, everything that's made possible. And it's made possible because we make it all possible. So this is that time to step out of our comfort zone for some of us. It's just that time of the year where what we intend meets right up against some of these things that Carol mentioned this morning. This is that time to choose to let these things go and to choose the yes, I can of what we're creating. So we're going to have a couple shares here from the different ways that we have all, I think, or some of us have moved into experiencing this call for giving. So I'm going to have Gail Garvey talk about automatic giving.
Good morning. You know, sometimes I have an experience where I want to make something happen, or I want to do something, I want to get to an end result, and it's just not going the way I want it to. I feel a lot of challenges and yuck. And the visualization that comes into my head when I do that is, I'm pushing a rock uphill. And I'm learning now that when I find that I'm pushing a rock uphill, it's time for me to step back and ask a question. And the question is, how can I let it be as easy as it wants to be? And I found that really helpful for me to step back. And now that I've seen the list, that could be my checklist now, all right? What if I let it be, it's not as easy as I want it to be? I can just go through that checklist and figure out what's going on. And what I want to do now is take the next step, which is to start off making it be easy and skip the whole pushing the rock part. Seems like a great idea. So as I'm looking at anything, it's how to make it be as easy as it wants to be. The universe wants it to be easy, and it's only me getting in the way with my control, my resistance, or whatever else it might be. So I look at pledge. As I look at my commitment that I want to pledge for the coming year to make this community the kind of community that I want it to be, I have been doing automatic giving for several years. And for me, that's about as easy as it can get. I sign up on the little card, and every week, every month, however I want it, that amount is taken out. Now, what happens when I do that is sometimes a little stuff can come up. Maybe that control one, maybe I didn't quite get it all off of my fingers, and it's like, whoa, but what if I don't want to give that much, you know? And then I realize, well, you know, all I have to do is call the office, and they'll change it if there's some reason I need to change. So that's fear, that's false evidence appearing real, and I don't need to go there. I can just drop that through my fingers. So I invite you to consider maybe looking at whether making it as easy as it could be is a way for you with automatic giving. Thank you.
I actually got that from Gail. I use that a lot. What if I let it be easy? I use that all the time. And so now I want to welcome actually a practitioner that has just moved into our community, Margaret Shebelin. And she's new to our community, and here she is, just willing to stand right up and share her experience about the beginning stages of giving and tithing.
Hi, really happy to be here. So I have a confession to make. I'm going to talk a little bit about beginning and tithing. And so my confession is when I started to tithe to get. I heard that if I give, I was going to get. So I basically said, okay, God, if this stuff really, really works, I need a sign and I want to see it. So I went ahead and I tithed on my savings. I had $3,000, so I tithed $300, and I shook the whole time I was writing the check, and I said, okay, prove me you said so. So I tithed, and the most amazing thing happened. So I just let it go. I said, okay, I'm just going to know that this stuff works. And about 2 weeks later, I got a check in the mail. I had a car that I couldn't afford to keep anymore that I had returned back to the person that had given me the loan. And I had received, and it was a couple years previous to that. And in the mail, I received a check for over $4,000 because they had made some sort of error in the paperwork. And what was more fascinating, not only did I get the check, but the letter was dated the day I wrote the $300 check. So if that doesn't, and of course, you know, to me it has to be proof. So it has worked in my life. What I went from making it a practice of giving to get is now I get to give money. And what I really realize with that is my life has become easy. So this idea of being easy, money is always flowing into my life. I happily and graciously give the money. Whenever money comes in, I tithe immediately. In fact, if I don't even show up to the spiritual center I am attending, I mail my check in. So you don't have to be here. And the thing that I really understand about tithing and really supporting a community is like, imagine if this didn't exist, if you didn't have this place to come to. I mean, to me, that just feels awful to not have a community like this. So what this pledging, this giving from our heart really does is it helps not only me, it helps you, it helps people that come here for the first time. It helps us expand our prosperity consciousness. That's what this is about. It is about us coming together and saying, yes, I can, yes. And the other thing I've noticed about communities is that the communities that give the most and are the most prosperous are the most fun. So just even think about having fun. So really, I invite the beginners that haven't pledged or have tithed to come. I'll be standing over there after the service. And also I'll give a minor plug for the Prosperity Plus class, since I will be the practitioner there. If you really want to expand your prosperity consciousness, come to the Prosperity Plus class. It will absolutely rock. Thank you.
And so I would like to welcome up our dear Lloyd Tupper, founder, inspirer, and my dear friend. I believe his intention is to speak about the financial warriors, and we'll see.
Thank you. Good morning. If you haven't seen, I am using a cane, and when I got out of the car this morning, I happened to have had this nagging practitioner with me, and I said, you know, I'm so vain, I don't want to walk in with my cane. And she said, that's the very thing you need to do. So I acknowledge you. Anyhow, I went into physical therapy. Most of you know I had surgery on my knee on September 2nd. And I didn't get to physical therapy until this past week, and the young lady who's my personal physical therapist said, where's your cane? And I said, I don't have a cane. Of course, Ron Buck had given me a cane the week of my surgery, which I immediately threw in the trunk and never used it. And she said, Lloyd, 75% of the pressure of your weight, I didn't like that, but anyhow, is going on that knee, and the cane will take it off. So I'm now using a cane. And that ties into why I am speaking to you about, I think it was called Spiritual Economic Warrior, because I have always been stubborn. Can anyone relate to this? I have always been the person that says, show me, you know, and I've never lived in Missouri. But I have to be shown. Just like Margaret said about, all right, God, if I do this, then you must do that, or this doesn't work. So what I want to say to you about that and about me, it's not polite to talk about myself, but I'm going to do it for the benefit of all of us. And that is that I take on impossible situations. I really reach for the very best. And many of you, some of you have been with me since Burlingame, which is 1979, where I had a church. And I'm glad that you're all here. The way I do things, like when Sue asked me about the attendance at Michael Beckwith, I always know that I of myself can't do squat. But I always know that I'm in touch with a power, the greatest power in the universe, and with it I can do all things, and I can overcome all things, including my knees, which think they have done their service and need to be attended to. So what I want to say to you around this issue of being an economic warrior is that I didn't always have money in my life. Many people in the ministry refer to me as the person who has more money than common sense. And that is not true. There were many, many dry wells that I dug. But then back in the 1960s, I met a man called Robert Bitzer. Many of you have his tape, and if you don't, I will make sure you get one, called Your Financial Flow. And in it, he said, God doesn't need your money. I was greatly relieved when I first met him and he said that. But then he followed it up, and he said, but you need to give your money to God. And me being stubborn, I said, well, what would that do for me? And he said, Lloyd, what that will do for you is it will increase the dynamics of your inlet to that which God is giving you. That we need to give of ourselves so that we, in the privacy of ourselves, and this is where we need a lot of support sometimes, can feel good about ourselves. Because if you've taken any of the classes, and if you're here for the first time and you never have, I encourage you to take them. One of the first things we're taught is the law of attraction. The law of attraction. There's a presence and a power and an atmosphere around us all the time. Ernest Holmes refers to it in the textbook as the silent witness. The silent witness. In Scripture, it's called the Spirit, that is always beholding its perfect creation. And when we do something, Jesus said, go into the closet, but in the Bay Area, we don't tell people to go into the closet. Okay. I know you're thinking about that, but, you know, a lot of us had to work hard to get out of the closet, so we don't want to go back in the closet. I'm going to finish. Anyhow, one of the things you always want to do is to do something to feel good about yourself with the acknowledgement that the silent witness is watching. And for those of you who do not have, how can I say this, do not have a pot to carry out to the trash, here's how I did it when I did not have it. I wrote an IOU to God. But I wasn't like ordinary people that write IOUs. I wrote an IOU with interest. And within a year, I achieved $3 million. Now, I did it because I believed in what I was told. I had a consciousness for a lot of money, even though I didn't have any at the time. And I followed the instructions of someone I really respected. So I would say to you, before you leave here today, if you have not signed a pledge, go up there and pledge $1. Whatever you do, do something. And let the law act on what you desire to have come around. And the rest, as Bob Bitzer would say, is falling, it's like falling off a log. You can't lose when God is your partner. And we proved that Friday night, didn't we, Sue? There you go. Thank you. Oh. She told her to get me off the hall.
She said, I think you should stand. Right here. You're supposed to sit right there. Await my further instructions. Carol asked me to give you a few little statistics because some people are interested in how we're doing so far with this program. So far, we have 25 pledges from the past 2 weeks that total almost $73,000, and I thank you on behalf of all of us for stepping up right away, for yes, I can. Thank you for that. Almost all of those pledges are automatic pledges, which is not only easy for all of you, I think we've had people talk about it, but it really is easy for the office. It really makes things a lot easier to have the automatic pledges and know, and for budgeting and cash flow when things are coming in. We have 5 new pledgers, which is just really a wonderful thing, that when people really step up into this practice of planned giving. Now, we usually average about 130 pledges. So Carol is expecting many more to come in and would like them all to come in today. All of them today. Now, I also know and affirm that we may only need one more pledge, if you get my drift. But we do ask you, and I will ask you absolutely right now, I ask each and every one of you to sign a pledge card today. We have had pledges that have ranged from $180 for the coming year, and we've had pledges ranging up to $12,000 for the coming year. And we mention this just to kind of to share with you what's possible. And to also encourage you, as Lloyd said, even if it's $1, as you're sitting there thinking, I don't really know what I can pledge, I don't really know what I can expect. I've heard many people, not many, but I've heard some people say, I don't really like to pledge, I will give anyway, but I don't want to pledge. And I ask each one of you to pledge and know that whatever you pledge is greatly appreciated, and it's part of what we're co-creating, no matter what. So we welcome your gifts, and I invite you to know that each one of us has something to give, and it's a powerful practice that we give. And I also wanted to affirm for myself, and I've mentioned this before, that this process where I get to do this works me as much as it works you sitting there. It makes me squirm, and usually the night before, like last night, I tell my husband, you know, it's the pledge card, what are we going to do? And he thinks, oh, geez, what is she going to ask me to do? And it makes me squirm as much as everybody else. And each year that I do this, or when I do this, it puts me into all of those same levels. It's like starting all over as a beginner. It really it challenges what I believe, what I want to affirm. It puts me into that level of financial warrior where I get to look at the conditions of my life and I get to say, and fortunately for me, it is easy. It is like falling off a log. There is nothing in my world, in the world, that can shake my certainty of these principles, that can shake my certainty that Spirit is my source of all good. So when I'm challenged in the same way, at the same time of doing my pledge card, and I get to that financial warrior kind of feeling, there is no doubt what I affirm is true, where I put my power in my life. And at the same time, I move into that thinking about tithing, and I make the decision to tithe. So I am right there with you, and I am signing my card today, and I invite each one of you to sign your card today, and I do it from a place of great love because I know that not only do we get to create this community from the ground up, we get to create all that fills us from this, but it has the power, this practice has the power to transform our lives into something greater than we have ever imagined. So there will be tables, the yellow tables, there's materials, there's going to be people standing at the tables to answer questions or whatever you'd like to talk about. But we will receive all of your pledge cards today. Thank you in advance.
Yes. So when I think of abundance, I think of a waterfall. Anybody else have that image, waterfall? Well, now you have another image. So can everybody say that with me? Waterfall. Waterfall, waterfall. That's your part. Think you can do that? Waterfall, 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 waterfall. Oh yeah, we got it. The music pours out over the rocks, washes away the ticking clock. The timeless tune of the natural way, the mountain rises up to prey. The words they fall like a tropical rain, the eagle's joy and the lion's pain. The dolphins dance and the elephant sings, the elk run wild and Hanuman brings me freedom. Dancing in a waterfall. Here we go. Waterfall, 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 waterfall. You guys sound amazing. Oh, is that right? Everybody's know. Well, I had to compose a second verse, but I had no time to rehearse, so I made these words up on the spot, and I wiggled myself right out of a knot. And just when I thought I had some leisure, somebody asked me to be their teacher. They were so sincere I could not decline. I do not believe this knowledge is mine or yours. Dancing in a waterfall. Waterfall, 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 waterfall. And when it come time to write the third, I had to consult with the hummingbird, and she taught me just to have more fun, because I already know we're all one. Oh, just when I thought I had enough, well, Shiva came and he called my bluff. I knew quite soon I'd run out of time, but the heart wins out over the mind so easy. Dancing in a waterfall. Waterfall, 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 waterfall. Well, a fourth verse came while I was chillin'. I said, oh my God, I'm gonna sound like Dylan. But I kept on writing till the ink was spent. Got to thinking this song might pay the rent. Well, I had a good laugh about that idea, 'cause Krishna knows 'tain't no Bhagavad Gita. But the lyrics like water kept flowing forth, and I began to dream about a girl from the north country, dancing in a waterfall. Waterfall, 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 waterfall. But I knew I had to stop on the fifth, or I might get drunk on this waterfall riff. All meaning is lost in the rainbow spray. I'll be down on my knees to pray. But I open my heart to an ancient song. The melody comes on clear and strong. I gotta get back to the water slide and let the river guide my way. Dancing in a waterfall. Waterfall, 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 waterfall. Give me a groove there, brother. Stephen Meese.
So I want to thank everyone that shared for our abundance program. And as the ushers get ready to take the offering for today, I'd like to draw your attention to Sean Haven's altar. This is a retablo, a Spanish-Mexican painted prayer or sacred heart. And the wonderful thing about this sacred heart is that the thorns around it are dropped to the bottom of the painting. And so that's the way we want you to feel about giving and about your whole life, that there are no thorns, no pricklies, just free-flowing, beautiful, beautiful giving and receiving in every single way that you can give and receive. So if you would just take your offering, or if you're one of those people that does the automatic giving, just bless your decision to support this community and bless the community. And the ushers are now available to receive, and we are available to sing.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. Love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. Light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
And we bless this offering. We bless the gifts that we all bring to each other, and vowing to not hold ourselves back from anything, not hold ourselves back from telling the truth or giving what is ours to give or sharing our light. We are so blessed in each other's company. Blessed be. Thank you. Okay, kids. Remember, next week we are going to do this wonderful ancestor honoring and get ready for the ancient holiday, which was the new year for our ancestors. So it's the dying and being born again. So I'd like to call the practitioners forward, and I'll see you at one of the yellow tables. And thanks again for a great Beckwith event, and I love you all dearly, and Michael's going to pray us out.
So these practitioners are professionals who normally charge for their time and expertise, who give of it freely today, so that if there's anything that sits unresolved in you or that you want to celebrate with them, please go to the prayer table at the back and they will pray with you. And with the other practitioners, please hold the high watch surrounding the room. Oh, and I invite you to join with me in spiritual mind treatment. And just releasing all that has come before this moment. I focus on the one truth, the one beingness, the one livingness, the one life, the one givingness that gives of itself into all that there is, whether it appears as vapor, as water, or as ice. It is still that same substance falling into form everywhere, from the most distant universe to the floor beneath my feet. The one life lives, becomes, gives, never ceasing, and its power is unimaginable, and its freedom is grounded in its own oneness, in the fact that there is only one. And so all that it is or can ever be is that which we see around us, that evidence of order, always and forever, potent becoming, that we call good. And so I know that that one truth, that one life, that one givingness is good. And it falls into form right where I am, uniquely as me. Never before, never again. Expressing itself here and now as that which I call Michael. So that all that it is, vapor, water, ice, is available to me in every breath, in every movement, in every thought, in every feeling, in every idea, in every moment, in every circumstance. And as I know this for myself, so I know it for each one in this room, for there is nothing else to be made of, for, by, as. There is just the one life, living itself here and now, uniquely expressing, becoming all that we are. And so I speak my word for our knowing of this, and I call forth from within each one that opening to a new way of seeing, a new way of feeling, a new way of experiencing the one life living itself as them, so that all that needs to be released is released, and the waterfall flows and produces vapor and freezes into ice, and the heat and the cold that create those, everything, every circumstance, every moment, every possibility is here and now for us to choose, for us to surrender into, for us to know in the way of creating as good, as perfect. And I give thanks for this. I give thanks for that in each one that opens now to a life of good, of joy, of power, of freedom, of creative possibility. As I release this my word to its law, to that which has no choice whatsoever but to express as it is allowed, as it is given, as it is seen, as it is known. And so I just know that this is happening right now, that it is good and very good, that it is the work of God, moving here, moving now. And so it is. Amen.
So I invite you all to stand for our affirmation and closing song. So together, as I release the patterns and beliefs that have kept my experience of life impoverished, my unlimited nature takes hold and soars. My life is filled with infinite possibility, inspiration, guidance, and joy. The divine I can burst forth.